Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Dion Rambus, and I get to share with you some amazing information today. I do not want to, in any way, shape, or form, sell or convince anyone of anything, but I definitely want to share some very valuable information. I'm one of many founders of the Freedom Family Movement, and we really are a online community of people who have big dreams and big goals, and we share online opportunities all over the world that people can actually plug into, and more importantly, educate themselves on to possibly and potentially earn passive income, digital income, and online income. And so let's get right into it. Again, I'm not here to sell, convince. This is not an investment or investment advice. This is merely us sharing just some great tools that are out in the marketplace. And I think education and knowledge is probably one of the greatest tools that you'll ever get. And so let's talk a little bit about my favorite subject, uh, which is called money. Right? Data is the new money. Repeat after me. Data is the new money. Now, you may not know that, you may not understand it, and I plan on sharing the next 4 or 5 minutes with you, not just to convince anyone, right? I'm not here to convince, just to prove to you that data is now a commodity. It is actually a registered commodity and is the new money. And most people don't know and aren't aware of that fact. So, again, let's jump right back into it. Well, I won't start here. Let's go start at a place called that because it's a trusted source, right? Wikipedia. Wikipedia is pretty trusted. Most folks will go there. Let's see what Wikipedia is. A free keyword, free content online encyclopedia written and maintained by the community. Interesting. These are really key words I want you to hold on to. Well, let's click at Wikipedia and let's see what data is according to Wikipedia. Units of information. So we've had data for a very long time, right? We've always had units of information way before the internet, right? But the internet kind of exploded that data or that those units of information, which all of us live our lives around now today, basically using that same what internet. Now let's look at actually let's just click on data. Um, Notice that Wikipedia is free, yet it is a global trusted source because everything in there is what data, right? And so data is a collection of discrete or continuous values that convey information describing quantity, quality, facts, statistics, or other basic units of meaning. Meaning, guys, that means you can actually create data on a million different data points. You could actually collect information on so many different things, right? So data is massive. So it's huge. Now, what's new is, and how it became money, is this thing called Bitcoin. Because we've always had information, right? But now it is actually a commodity. Let's prove it. Bitcoin, according to Wikipedia, is the first. So that tells you there was none before it. Decentralized cryptocurrency. What does that mean? Decentralized means it's not controlled. A decentralized application is an application that can operate autonomously, typically through the use of smart contracts that run on a decentralized computing blockchain or distributed ledger system. Simply means math. We can trust math. We might not be able to trust humans. Cryptocurrency means it's encrypted. So for the first time, the information on the internet was controlled by the community and encrypted. Hmm. Now, that encrypted data had a value actually, and now for the first time, actually can be traded on the stock exchanges all around the world. You don't believe me? We'll prove it here in just a moment. So let's continue. Nodes. Nodes are where the transactions happen, right? So when I send Bitcoin to someone else's wallet from my wallet, a node would validate that, right? The nodes are where tons of the Bitcoin actually are housed, or the computer network might be set up, right? Where computers are stored in warehouses, or a node could be set up in someone's garage because Bitcoin is open source, anyone can join. Now there are corporations and large institutions that set up nodes in warehouses as big as a city block. Why? Because these nodes transact the transactions and they get rewarded. Every transaction that happens in the Bitcoin network pays rewards to the computer system, the nodes, right, that actually help process that transaction. So why would a large institution want to set these uh, data centers up, right? Because that's essentially what they are. We've had data centers for years, right? But now they actually have very valuable data called Bitcoin and many, many other versions of Bitcoin nowadays. So my point is, guys, data has value. For the very first time, the internet now became encrypted and had a set value that continues to grow. Say, why is this important? Well, maybe it's important to know that data is the new money. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit more about who houses and stores that data. First and foremost, I believe, if I can't, I'm going to try to join us here on Zoom and paint a very vivid picture. Because if you don't believe this, I'm not here to convince you, but I do believe you should stretch your belief muscle because it's the strongest muscle you have, right? It controls every other muscle in your body. What your mind believes, the rest of your body will follow. And so your philosophies will follow what you believe. And I'm here to tell you that this is not going away. This is actually going to be the norm. These data networks called cryptocurrencies are going to become the norm, not just because it's money, but because we all use the internet that is highly, highly hackable, right? And so we need encryption, we need safe transfer of value, and that's what this new internet is going to usher in. So if I can join on Zoom, where did I go? There it is. Join into meeting. I'll have to invite myself here, and bear with me 1 second. There we go. I will not use the audio. So let me share my screen very briefly. Screen now, okay. And let's go here. So tell me what these things have in common. Facebook. Forgive my writing, right? Amazon, Wikipedia. How about Priceline.com? How about Instagram? How about TikTok? How about Google? Guess you all get it by now, huh? Maybe you don't. What do they all have in common? They're, first of all, they're free, right? Just like Wikipedia said, we're free. So how did they become the wealthiest companies in the world, right? The richest man in the world at Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, all the executives at Google, some of the wealthiest people on the planet, by giving something away for free. Why? Because the thing that they really want is data. They are all aggregators of data. They collect data in so many data points, millions of data points, and that becomes money to these large institutions, right? Would you agree? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you don't agree. Fact of the matter is, out of 8 billion people on the planet, how many of them have a smartphone? I would say there are probably 8 billion smartphones because out of the 6 billion that have them, some of those people have two or three, right? Many devices that they have that are actually aggregators of data as well, or devices that actually store and create data. That these companies, those companies that I just mentioned, multi-billion-dollar brands, I believe Google's worth 1.3 trillion. I think Amazon's worth 1.3 trillion. Facebook 800 what is it? 800 billion or something like that. I'm not really sure. But guys, these are some of the wealthiest companies in the world, right? All because of data. Now, what do these things have in common? I just mentioned a little bit. I said your laptop, maybe your tablet, maybe your smartphone, maybe your smartwatch, right? Maybe your, I said tablet already, right? Well, cell phone towers, right? These cell towers that your phones tap into. How about your Wi-Fi that you tap into? Whether it's home or work or wherever you go, you use Wi-Fi, right? All of these are devices and places that do what? They actually are the starting point of the data, right? What do they all have in common? You. That's right. You create the data. You're the creator. Can't stick that in there, but you're the creator of the data. Now, wow, if you're the creator of the data and all that data is transferred over ownership to who? Those companies, those large institutions, conglomerates, trillions of dollars in data that they now what? Own. Because you gave up your rights to the data when you signed into their free platforms. They're free because they want you to give them their data, give them your data, which they then do what? They monetize that data and make billions and trillions of dollars, giving the communities, 8 billion plus people, right? That create the data, zero rewards, right? Although they have rewards systems, many of them have reward point systems, they don't give you money. Well, let's show you how this is going to change. Web3 changes everything. You say, well, what the heck is he talking about now? Web3? Yes, Web3. Let's look that up. Web3, concept of worldwide web based public blockchains, right? Remember, secure networks are blockchains, cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin was the first. This is the third iteration of the internet, which we're ushering in right now. What does that mean? That means no longer a middleman connects you to the monetary system. Now you connect yourself to wherever you want to spend your money. All these applications, these blockchains, you can interact with directly. See, this is a wallet, pre-search. This is a wallet, Tron. This is a wallet, MetaMask. They actually allow me to interact with various different platforms on various different blockchains, right with my own money and moving money to and from without any intermediary. I am the bank, right? Let's prove this even further, right? Let's show you how rewards-based systems are real. Web3 is here to stay and is now changing lives. Just like AI will change lives, Web3 is changing lives. It's not gonna happen, it's already happening. Decentralization, blockchain technologies are now changing lives all around the world, and you can be a pioneer. Okay, let's just jump another step further so I can prove to you that this is real. Many of you actually search every day on Google, like we just did, Wikipedia, but you don't get any of that data, do you? No, you don't. You don't get the data, they get the data. Well, you create the data, they get the value of that data. And so now, instead of using Google, why wouldn't you use a data search engine that will reward you, right? Give you a real world cryptocurrency in exchange for your loyalty, for you being a part of the community. This is what's going to change, guys. All of those free platforms that don't reward people, they keep all the money and make you a data slave. That's right, you're a data slave. You just don't know it. Well, now we have the Underground Railroad to show people, right? The Freedom Family Movement is going to be the Underground Railroad to help people know or see that they control their data and you can monetize that data. So let's look up data like we just did. Well, right now in my wallet, I have 42.5 pre-coins, right? Pre-search has its own coin, its own network. Well, fact of the matter is those 42.5 pre-coins, as you can see right there, top right corner, are being minted to me and have been minted to me for searching. So if you see I got 42.5, let's hit search for data. The word data just got searched. All right, no, I didn't search it. Let's hit it again. Hit data search on the pre-search engine. Now I have 42.51. Okay, let's search data again. 42.512. Wait. Search data again. I got to do it a couple times. There you go. 42.52, right? So we can search anything. Search, right? The word search being searched is also rewarded. Why? For my loyalty. 42.52. Oops, I didn't hit it again. There we go. 42.52, search it again, 42.53. So I'm being rewarded these pre-search coins just for being a part of the community. I'm also not just getting reward for searching, but I've set up nodes. So my node rewards, because I'm staking and helping the network make transactions happen, I'm being rewarded more pre-search tokens to the tune of over 5,000 pre-search staked tokens, right? These are staked tokens that I've never bought. I just participate in the community and I've been rewarded. You say, wow, that's amazing. Why would I do Google? Google doesn't pay me, right? They just steal my data and monetize it for themselves. Well, let's keep moving. Maybe you don't believe that pre-search is real, right? Maybe you say that can't be true. Well, let me show you a couple different ways that data is turning into money in real time. So as you just saw, you can search all day long and actually be rewarded and redeem those rewards for pre-search coins, which is a real cryptocurrency. Like let's go to the coin market cap and show and prove, right? Coin market cap will show you that that data network of Bitcoin, which he showed you, is now worth 1.3 trillion, the same as Amazon, on all those big companies. But the data is now monetized for the people, right? We have over 2 million of these data networks. Bitcoin is not the only one. There are millions of them now. Why? Because people have use cases and communities have their own projects that they want to build on these ecosystems. So as we look here at Bitcoin, $67,000 for one, when it was just a few dollars when it in 2012 when it first began to trade. Now, when you look at uh, pre-search, that data network of search engine pre, right, as a whole lot cheaper, right? 1 cent or a little shy of 2 cents. The fact of the matter is, I have 5,000 of them, right? That I've mined just from searching, which what I'm going to already do anyway. So it just makes sense to search in the communities that reward me. Now let's go again over to I think I was gonna join you on my Zoom again on my phone. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if I can get back on. Take over the meeting. Because not only, right, can you search and be rewarded, why not do some of the other things that you do every day? How about maybe you do some walking? Anybody out there walk? Let's see. I believe we can probably do some walking. Let's see. Well, let me put my password in before we go live. All right. No, wait a minute. That didn't work. All right. So imagine your smartwatch or your cell phone, like most people have, right? They're counting their steps every single day, counting steps, counting steps. That's collecting data. All of these devices are collecting our data. The data that's being collected and stored in your device can now be monetized. What does that mean? Right? You see, I have steps to claim. Right underneath claim steps, it has 640 steps that I've taken today that I can claim, right? Well, I'm not going to claim them now. I'm just going to show you how I add a few steps. Let me go ahead and walk around a little bit in here and get some steps going. Maybe you can see them populate real live time steps. I mean, you don't have to trust me, right? You can just watch them come as I step. That's 8. That's enough to prove it, right? So it just shows you guys that I have a phone walking with me collecting the data, which that then I can in turn claim those steps, guys. Look at all the claim steps: 6,700, 10,000, 11,000. Success, success, success. Every time you claim those steps, I can convert that into the BOTI tokens. BOTI tokens are built on the Binance network, and then I can convert those BOTI tokens into BNB. As you can see, I have 0.06 BNB, which is $39 for walking, ladies and gentlemen. $39 of Binance for walking. Let me show you Binance. Go back to the cryptocurrency coin market cap. Binance number 4 on the entire market, worth $89 billion market cap, $600 for one BNB token. I've got $39 worth of BNB for walking. Okay. So again, that's two use cases, two case in points of Web3 money that data has turned into. So let's jump again back into why you're here, right? I don't want to keep continuing to belabor the point. Well, maybe we'll do it one more time. How about something else that everybody does? You may not know that you could actually be driving. So go back to pre-search. We're going to search something called Hive Mapper. Many of you drive. You drive your car around. Why not have a Hive Mapper device? Hive Mapper helps the network build a network of driven roads, right? Just like Google, right? And that data that these dash cams collect pays all of the drivers in real world cryptocurrency. That's right. Driving around, building out a map that pays you in cryptocurrency. So again, let's just pause here for a second, guys. I don't want to continue because the last few minutes I'm just going to share our education app. The Freedom Family is now launching our own education app, and I'm going to just touch on a few points. I wanted to just share with you first why it's so important that people get educated about cryptocurrency, because it's not if, it's just when they're going to use it, right? It's not going away, it's here to stay. So as I transition back over to my smartphone, I'm going to now show you exactly what I mean, how a Web3 wallet and business can be built right on your device. So let's go down in here, find Megaton. Here we go. We are creating our own community, right? Just like these other communities. In fact, before I even get into it, let's just go back and see if I can do a little whiteboard. What if you could start your own community from scratch? We have now only 1,000 apps that have been downloaded. Actually, it's not even 1,000 yet. We're less than 1,000 apps. We're open for launch July 1st. We're in pre-launch all of June. And that's powerful because you get to lay a foundation and prepare yourself for our launch where you can actually get massive rewards in our community-based reward system. So how does it work? Well, first of all, you can join for free, just like 1 billion people have already downloaded the Telegram app, just like Messenger. Facebook Messenger is #1, and I think TikTok might be #2 as far as messenger apps go. The third largest messenger app in the world is called Telegram. 1 billion people already have it. So we don't have to tell them to download Telegram. They already have it. We just have to tell them to download the Ton wallet. You say, what's Ton? Well, let's go back to that coin market cap. See, that coin market cap shares all the top cryptos in the world. And even though it took Bitcoin 16 years to get to 1 trillion, there are some that are going extremely fast and much faster. Why? Because at $16 billion in just 3 years, the Ton coin was developed by the same developers who created the third largest messaging community, Telegram. That community of people is 1 billion people, right? Have already downloaded that app. And now those people are going to be introduced to the open network, Ton. The open network is a cryptocurrency exploding in value. As you can see, it has gone from 50 cents to $6 in just 3 short years. Why? Because they have a community, 1 billion users already built in, captive audience, right? And so it's a pretty powerful place to be, already having a community built up. And now we have not just any cryptocurrency, but the fastest one in the world. These transactions are faster than any other crypto, millions of transactions per second, and it's just getting started, right? So you get to have first movers advantage in a community of an asset that has potential for explosive growth because there are so few people that are in our community right now. Let me switch gears again, go back to my smartphone, and here we go. So let me wrap this up so you guys can move on with your day because I've already stolen too much of it. Let's go to Telegram. So Telegram, again, the message app, allows you to actually message directly with people all over the world, right? There's no limit. Well, there's a limit. There's 1 billion, right? But more and more people are going to hear about Telegram. Why? Because we're introducing it to the world because folks can understand that they can actually have a Web3 business right on their smartphone. So as we introduce you to our app, let's go right in. Let's click open. The Megaton app is an educational app for crypto users. So you might not be a crypto user yet, but you can download this app for free. Download Telegram and download Ton Keeper Wallet. The Ton Keeper Wallet is where you'll store your Ton that connects to our Megaton community. Now, inside this control panel, you see several things. It actually explains our entire community. Oops, which I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail because I really didn't do that, do this Zoom to go into a lot of detail. I'll break this down on another video, how we all can make millions of dollars inside this system as we help it grow bigger and bigger. I just wanted to show you how it works. See, as you look, we have a surprise button. We have an education button, a community button, settings, program, news, all these things are important to our community. Now, what's more important is that you understand this doesn't cost anyone. It's voluntary to join, doesn't cost anyone, just like all those other free systems, right? But the data here is being shared with all of the community users. So let me go back and explain how that works, right? You have our ecosystem being created now. Our members can join for free. And when they decide to, right, voluntarily, they can actually donate Toncoin, $6.50 per ton, the minimum of 4 ton into the system. When they donate their 4 ton right into the system, it goes a number of different places. First is what we call a uni level, which I'll explain. That is, of course, 74% of what is shared in the community. So who's in control of the uni level? You are. You control 74% of where the money will go as it comes in. And we call it time, but you know, it's actually value, it has real world value, right? $6.50 per time. 74% of all the time that comes in is paid into our uni level that you control. How do you control it? By inviting people. How do you invite? It's free. Now, the main thing I want you to notice though is that we have 3 big pools that a portion of the time goes in all of these pools, right? Every time someone joins, decides to donate, a portion of their funds goes into the pools. I'll break that down momentarily. But these pools pay every day. That's called a residual pool or the rewards pool for our builders. The builders that help our community grow the biggest and the fastest get into those pools. Now, if you say, I don't want to build, I don't want to share this with people, I don't want to go out and build the community and introduce people to crypto, I definitely want to be a part of this though. Well, you can pay to get in the pools, but you can also just join for 4 times, which is about $25 worth of time, and build your way into all the pools, which essentially one day could be millions, if not billions of dollars that pay out to the entire community. See, 97%, never before have I ever seen anything that paid out 97% of all the money to the community, and 3% stays for our developers that keep the ship rolling, right? 3% goes to the development team that make this whole ecosystem work, and 97% comes out to us. So let's jump again right back into the details in the nitty gritty, and I will let you guys have the rest of your day. Probably taking way too long already. So let's close this thing down. So again, let me recapture the screen and talk about what is our mission. Pavel Durov and Nikolai Durov, the 2 developers of the Toncoin and the Telegram app. These guys are multi-billionaires, and we're going to use their system to do exactly what they want to do, empower the world, educate them on cryptocurrency and our reward system. 97%, again, remember, 97% of all the time that comes into our community, which is, we call it hash once it enters our community, but it has the same value. 1 time equals 1 hash. It's all 97% paid out to the community, 3% for our development team. So again, this is a ton accumulation rewards program, just like the rewards program you have with Kroger and all of your various different merchants that you use, except they aren't paying you in real world cryptocurrency. They're paying you just points, right? You can actually invite people for free whenever they decide to donate various different levels. They unlock our commission structure, 1 to 25% in the uni level, which pays out again, I mentioned earlier, 74% of all the time that comes into the community goes right back to those who invited folks to the uni level, right? The uni level is the bulk of the time, the majority of it, right? So let me give you an example of how you could actually become a multimillionaire by inviting just 6 people. Say, well, how's that happen, right? Well, because you can network the world through 6 people. We've all heard of 6 degrees of separation. Well, primarily, uh, we have various hash levels that you can join at, right? 4 hashes the beginning, but if you actually built on 64 hash, which is around $500, a little less actually, and you actually introduced 6 members who did 64 hash, you would actually earn just in the first part, right, of our reward structure 77 times. So if you do the math, 77 times 6.5 per time right now, right, is $6.50 per time. And if you had 77 of them rewarded to you for building the community, 77 times 6.5 would be about $500. Now, what have you done? You just made your entire donation of 64 times that you did, right? You made it back by helping 6 individuals start at the same level. Now, what if you could duplicate that? Because it didn't even include the infinity pools, right? The pools that pay residually. That's just the upfront money. What if you duplicated that to the second level? Because the entire community pays 10 levels deep, right? We're not even going down there. Yeah, we will, but it's just amazing. It's unbelievable money down there. Again, let's just talk about second level. If you help those same 6 people invite 6 the same way who all did 64 hash, that will be 36 people on the second level. You make 115 times. Let's do the math. 115 times 6.5, another $750. The third level, when you help that second group do the exact same thing, right? Now you're talking about the 691 times $6.50. You made $4,500 on level 3 without any residual. Level 4 yields you 4,977 times, and you've only duplicated yourself 4 times, 4 levels of 6. All anyone has introduced is 6 people, right? But you've done that 4 times through 4 generations of folks. And now on level 4, you're netting about almost 5,000 times at $6.50. That's $32,000. When you look at the 5th level, right, where 124,000 times could potentially be in your time wallet at $6.50, that's $800,000. So you tell me, what are the possibilities, right? That's just a potential at 6. Remember, people can join for free and not donate anything. They don't have to donate any time, and they can still introduce this to other people and get paid if those people actually donate time. So we have various groups that are all separated by our personal team hash. That means the people you invite, whatever hash they have equals the amount of hash that you have, and it puts you in these various pools. Everyone starts out basic, nona, deca, hecto as you move up in hash. The minute you hit 160 hash as a personal team, you are in the very first pool. 3% of all the time go in this pool, and you will get paid a portion of it as a kilo. 160 personal team hash qualifies. Then, right, you go to mega and giga, and you now have 3 shares in that global pool. So as you hit those 3 ranks, you will also get 3 shares every single day paid to you in the global pool. The infinity pool unlocks even more money, right? That's a higher level. Terra, Peta, Exa. You can get to all these levels, guys, just from people inviting for free. And as we grow and people upgrade their hats, right? So 15% of all the time goes into the infinity pool. And then all the breakage. This is what most people don't even understand, how these companies in the traditional space of networks, like the ones we just saw, or home-based type businesses that share revenue, right? The revenue that's not made in the compensation structure is called breakage, right? It's made, but no one qualifies to be paid, so the company keeps it. Well, here, all the breakage goes out to our founders. Remember, 97% of all the money is paid back out to the community, and the founders will have built the biggest communities, will get all the breakage paid out to them on a daily basis. And guess what? We don't even have a founder in the program yet. We're fewer than 1,000 downloads, 1,000 people utilizing this system, and there will be hundreds of thousands, in my personal opinion. So, right, so the global pools, again, pay to 3 different various shares. You hit 3 different levels. You can earn on all 3. If you don't want to build a team, you can actually be a mentor. And there's going to be more information on how people can actually do Zooms and train and help folks set up wallets and be getting paid 1% across the entire company of the folks that you mentor. If you get to these various levels, kilo, mega, giga, in record time, right? You actually get increased shares in the pools. So you have a 30-day fast start, a 60-day fast start, and a 90-day fast start doubler, right? It doubles the amount of shares that go into your pools, or what pays you daily. You can actually increase that by qualifying for fast start in the first 30, 60, and 90 days. So hit those ranks fast and you will get more shares. The founders pool, again, all the breakage goes there, and you can actually earn doublers in the founders pool as well. I didn't even mention, I'm going to go back because I still have the opportunity to, before we close out, to show you in the app our surprise, right? Every day, 30 lucky winners will be surprised. They'll actually win a share of 30 different surprises on our spinner. So we have a spinner and another game that will be introduced here real soon. Let me see if I can actually grab that right now. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Telegram. There we go. Let's go into the surprise spinner, if it'll let me. Oh, I don't have any spins. So every person that you invite allows you 1 spin per day, right? So I've used all my spins for the day. Updates here in the next couple of hours, but you can see all these winners, right? 0.45, 0.22, 0.22. All of that is in time. These winners are spinning the wheel every day and getting rewarded in our actual surprise pool. That's what SP stands for. So right now, they're only 2 times in there, about $15. The highest I've seen is about $80. But that pays out every day to 30 different winners. And the cool part is we're small, but once we're tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in our community, these surprise pools could be thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars being paid out every single day on a game. So I'm excited. We won't go into all the details of the compensation structure, but download the app. 2 things you need to do. That's download Telegram. Remember, download Telegram and download. Let me share my screen again. Let's go back. Where is it? Okay, here we go. There's 2 things you need to do. Download Telegram. Oh, it didn't go. There we go. Go back. 2 things you need to do. Download Telegram and download your Time wallet. So both apps are free. Get the Telegram app and the Timekeeper wallet. Timekeeper wallet app. Get with the person who shared this information with you. Lock in your free spot and then figure out how fast you want to build, because there's so much opportunity on the ground floor of this project. We appreciate you all. We'll go into more detail again on more videos Take care. God bless. We'll see you on the beaches of the world.